What happens if you max out on squats 37 days in a row? Several years ago, 2 powerlifters and 1 weightlifter is recruited to a training study where they are gonna follow kind of an unusual training program for 37 days. All 3 of them are experienced lifters with 5 to 10 years of squat training, and everyone is a competitive lifter. Lifter number 1 is a 28-year-old powerlifter who squats 215 kilos at 80 kilos of body weight. Lifter 2 is a 9-year-old weightlifter who squats 125 kilos at 64 kilos of body weight. And lifter 3 is a 34-year-old powerlifter who squatted 220 kilos at 109 kilos of body weight. Every day for 37 days, they warmed up and did a max squat. So a maximally heavy single every day. And they found the daily max by adding weight either until they failed and couldn't complete the repetition, or until the supervisor deemed that they weren't going to be able to add weight and perform one more rep. But that was not all, because every day after maxing out, they did 5 additional sets. 3 reps per set at 85% of that day's max on one day, and 2 reps per set with 90% of that day's max on alternating days. So either 5 sets of 3 or 5 sets of 2, with 85 or 90% of that day's max. Alternating. They followed this program for 30 days straight. Then they did a small taper and reduced the number of backup sets over 6 days, between day 31 and day 36. And on day 36, they actually didn't even max out for the first time in the entire study. They only did 1 rep with 85% of yesterday's best squat, to peak for day 37, the final max attempt of the study. 2 of the lifters squatted their heaviest weight of the study on day 37, a 10% increase compared to day 1, or plus 14 and 21 kilos respectively. The 3rd lifter squatted his heaviest weight on day 35, a 6% increase or 12.5 kilos. Everyone maintained the same body weight, but they tended to gain some muscle and lose some fat. So, is this a good way to train? Well, it's extremely specific if your goal is to improve your squat 1 rep max. But the counter argument is that it might be unnecessarily specific, and you might get almost the same gains by lifting heavy far more infrequently. Together with the backup sets, the total weekly volume is also rather high. And the highest risk of injury is always when you make big sudden jumps in training volume, so you should always take a gradual approach if you want to train something similar to this program. Still, it's definitely a fascinating study. If you want a more tempered squat specialization program that has still helped thousands of lifters improve their squat, check out our app Strength Log for plenty of squat programs. And hit follow for more training study breakdowns.